The girl's voice was barely louder than the rain, yet it shattered the millionaire woman's world in an instant. "Ma'am, I know that missing child." The woman froze. Her breath caught. The photograph she had carried in her purse for 10 long years slipped from her trembling fingers, because the child in that picture was her daughter. The daughter she had buried in her heart but never in the ground. The millionaire had heard thousands of voices begging for money, favors, or attention, but never a voice like this, never one that knew her deepest secret, never one that carried the truth she had spent a decade running from. Amelia Roth stood beneath the glass roof of the charity gala, surrounded by chandeliers, cameras, and applause. She was known as the Iron Lady of business, calm, untouchable, powerful. To the world, she had everything: wealth, influence, respect. But behind her diamond necklace lay a scar no amount of money could heal. 10 years ago, her 5-year-old daughter Lily vanished from a playground during a charity event. There were searches, helicopters, police investigations, and headlines that faded with time. The case was labeled cold. The world moved on. Amelia never did. That night, Amelia was leaving the gala when a small hand tugged gently at her sleeve. She turned, irritated at first, until she saw the girl. She couldn't have been more than 14. Wet clothes, worn shoes, eyes that carried a sadness far older than her years. "Ma'am," the girl whispered, glancing around nervously, "I know that missing child." Amelia laughed weakly, the kind of laugh people use to protect themselves from breaking. She had heard cruel lies before. False hope hurt worse than grief. But then the girl said a name. "Lily," she whispered. She used to hum when she was scared. Amelia's knees buckled. Only 2 people in the world knew that. Her and Lily. They sat in a quiet corner as the girl spoke. She explained how she grew up in foster homes, how she remembered a younger girl taken away one night, crying for her mother, holding a red ribbon in her hair. Amelia's heart pounded. Lily had worn a red ribbon the day she disappeared, but fear rushed in faster than hope. Amelia had been crushed too many times. She stood up, shaking her head. "I can't do this again," she said through tears. "Please, don't." The girl looked up, eyes glistening. "I'm not lying," she said softly. "Because that child is alive." Amelia thought she had already survived the worst pain a mother could feel. She was wrong. Because the truth doesn't just hurt, it demands courage. Amelia spent the night staring at the ceiling, replaying every word. The girl's voice echoed in her mind like a heartbeat. By morning, something inside her shifted. Fear gave way to faith, fragile, trembling faith. She found the girl again near a shelter. This time, Amelia listened. The girl revealed a terrible truth. Lily had been taken by someone Amelia trusted, a driver who sold children to an underground adoption ring. Lily was moved across states, renamed, and raised by people who never knew the truth. The girl had crossed paths with her years later in a group home but only recently recognized her from the news archives. With renewed determination, Amelia reopened the case. Lawyers, investigators, DNA tests, all the power she once used for profit was now used for love. Weeks passed. Every day felt like a lifetime. Then the call came, "There's a match." Amelia collapsed to the floor, sobbing. Lily was alive. Their reunion wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. A mother and daughter sitting across from each other, hands trembling, eyes searching for something familiar in a stranger's face. "I never stopped waiting," Lily whispered. Amelia pulled her into her arms, crying like she hadn't cried in 10 years. Not as a billionaire. Not as a businesswoman. But as a mother who finally came home. The girl who had spoken up stood nearby, watching silently. Amelia approached her and knelt down. "You gave me my life back," she said. "What do you want in return?" The girl shook her head. "Just don't forget the ones still missing." That day, Amelia founded the largest global network dedicated to finding lost children, not with her name on it, but with Lily's. Sometimes hope doesn't come as a miracle. Sometimes it comes as a quiet voice in the rain, brave enough to speak the truth. And sometimes, the people who change our lives the most are the ones the world almost ignores.